Hello everyone and welcome back. So this video today, it's not necessarily a requested video, but I think it's a question that gets really commonly asked. People never seem to know whether they should be bulking or they should be cutting. So I thought that I would do a video to just kind of run through what bulking is, what cutting is, and what you should be doing. I hope this video is going to help. So yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is do a quick overview of bulking and cutting. So let's talk about bulking first. So bulking is when you are eating in a calorie surplus. And that basically means that you're eating more calories than your body needs to perform its daily activities. And when we say daily activities, that means anything from doing a workout to breathing. Because breathing burns calories, so does thinking and just everything. Even when you sleep, you're burning calories. And by eating more calories than your body needs, you're left over with an excess of calories, which is energy, because obviously when you eat food, it gets broken down into energy. And now those extra calories can either be stored as fat, or they can be used to build muscle. Realistically, you can't do one without the other, you know, like your body's gonna do both. However, you can minimize your fat gain if you are doing a slow bulk, which means you're gradually increasing your calories alongside training really hard and keeping your protein intake super high. Cutting, on the other hand, is when you are eating in a calorie deficit, and this is when you are eating less calories than your body needs to perform its daily activities, such as the breathing, the walking. By doing this, your body has to compensate for that extra energy because you are using energy. So your body needs to provide that extra energy if you're not getting it from food. And it provides that extra energy by breaking down fat and breaking down muscle. And usually it does both. So when you're eating in a calorie deficit, it will break down your fat and it will break down your muscle. Obviously, when you're cutting, people want to minimize their muscle loss, especially if you're kind of like a gym goer, you're training a lot and you've been training for a while. It's not really ideal to lose the muscle that you've built, you know? So you can minimize your muscle loss by taking a very gradual cut. You just gradually lower and lower your calories, and also by eating very high protein and training very hard. So this brings me to our next question: should you be bulking or cutting? And it's not always an easy answer. If you were to ask me this question, I would probably ask you a few things first. And the first thing I would ask you is, what is your experience level? And the reason that I would ask this first is because if you are a beginner, I would very rarely suggest a bulk first. And that's for a few reasons. The first reason being that when you bulk, you do gain fat, and obviously as a beginner you probably will gain quite a bit of fat because you won't really know how to do it properly. And most people don't feel as confident when they have more fat. So you could be training really hard and thinking you're like smashing it in the gym, but you could feel like you're not making any progress, and that can be very demotivating if you're a beginner. But that's the worst thing when you know you've been training hard and you don't understand why you look worse, you know? So that's one of the reasons. And the other reason is that beginners don't necessarily need to do a bulk to gain muscle. When you first start training, when you first start weightlifting, you will gain muscle the fastest that you're going to gain muscle. This is a real thing. It's called newbie gains. It's proven by a lot of research papers and studies, and obviously this is given that you are training hard. The only exception that I would make to not suggesting a bulk first is if someone is very ectomorphic. And what I mean by ectomorphic is they are naturally very, what you'd call skinny, and they have a very high metabolism. You will know if you're ectomorphic because you will struggle to put on weight. You will eat like a horse and just not put on any weight. And that would be the only time that I suggest a bulk first. I keep saying beginner, but when I say beginner, I mean that you're in your first year of training, I'd say, and your first year of training hard. It doesn't really count if you've been going to the gym for 3 years but been doing classes and tiny little bits of weights, or just not really done that much and that consistently. I would still class you as a beginner. So I'd say before you even consider these methods, I would say that you need to be training in the gym for solidly and really hard for a good year or 2. And usually you will know when you're starting to plateau, when your progress is starting to slow down and you feel like you're not really making any anymore. So that's when a bulk would come in handy, because it kind of gives you maximum potential to grow your muscle again. And then the next question I would ask you is, what is your goal? And in an ideal world, absolutely everybody would want to lose fat and gain muscle at the same time. And that is possible. It's called a RECOMP, and I'm going to speak about that at the end of the video. When we're talking about bulking and cutting, you need to determine what your goal is. So say you do want to lose fat and gain muscle, which one of those do you want to do more? If you're very unhappy with your weight, and you definitely want to lose some weight, I would say that you should do a cut first, because you need to take into account that fat loss happens a lot faster than muscle gain. So by doing a cut first, you will see quite quick results, really. This is obviously very motivating. It helps keep your motivation up because you're happy with how you look, and when you're happy in the gym, you tend to want to do more. So doing a cut first obviously has that benefit. When you've cut down and you're feeling quite confident with your body, and then you start lifting weights, you're going to see more progress lifting weights because you don't actually have a layer of fat on you. So you can actually see the muscle that you are building, really. So yeah, I think that would be the best way forward if you aren't happy with the amount of fat you're carrying. But if your main goal is to gain muscle and you really want to gain the most muscle possible, that's when you should be doing bulk. And people tend to do bulks when they're a few years into their training career and they're just not feeling like they're making a lot of progress, even though their goal is to gain muscle and they're training hard, they're eating enough protein. And that does happen, your progress does slow down, it does plateau, and doing a bulk gives you the absolute maximum potential for building muscle because you're taking in so many extra calories and you're eating a lot of protein. You basically got the perfect recipe for building muscle. So I'm gonna go back to what I mentioned before about the recomping. And I thought I'd cover this a little because my opinion on recomp is that it is possible, and I think that I probably recomped for a couple of years. What recomp is that you essentially, in theory, build muscle and lose fat at the same time. And people tend to do it more when they are eating intuitively, so when they're just not tracking and they just train. Possible because if you think over, say, like a year's span, you're not going to be eating exactly on your maintenance every single day. Your calories are going to be up and down, right? But the idea behind a recomp is that you are not maximizing both areas. You will be losing fat and you will be gaining muscle, but you are not doing both to the maximum of like the potential. You might be gaining a tiny bit of muscle every month and losing a bit of fat, but it will take you a lot longer to get where you want to be if you've got like a pretty serious goal, such as like growing your glutes massive. It's not the most efficient way for sure, but that being said, a lot of people, especially when they're starting out, it's so complicated to get mixed up in bulking and cutting, and some people just want to continue eating intuitively, try to eat healthy and just increase their protein. The only thing I would say with a recomp is that you should be eating a lot of protein, because obviously you don't really have the perfect recipe for building muscle anymore. So I'm not going to go too far into details of a recomp. I feel like that's for another video. But there are some good videos out there, and Jeff Nippard does some good videos. It's possible, and if you would rather eat at your maintenance calories and just eat higher protein and train, then you do that, because at the end of the day, the best diet for you is the one that you're going to stick to. If it sounds all too complicated for you when it comes to bulking and cutting, then just eat at your maintenance, eat high protein, and see how a recomp goes for. Anyway, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope it kind of helped you out a bit. It doesn't seem to be that long, no. But I'm gonna go to the gym now and train. Yeah, I hope this video could be of help to you, and let me know if you liked it and if you want more kind of helpful videos like this. But yeah, I will see you later.